Hey, what's going on, Bones? I know it's been a year, but I have to tell you, since it's been a year and you've been MIA and so have I kind of picked up a new co-host. This is Zeke, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about with this video because a lot of controversy because these flags, very scary and intimidating. So that's basically what this video is going to be about. Auburn is a very small town, and supposedly racism has creeped in. So roll that intro!
Addy lips spittin', Sailor Jerry sippin' like fatty lips with a motherfucking lip in this. Wintergreen got my fucking head spinning, talking like Charlie Sheen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Michigan Dipper and Bones back. I know it's been a year. You know, me and Bones, we're kind of like herpes. We just pop up unannounced, but hey, that's just the way we roll around these parts. And we got a great video for you today. I hope you guys seen the trailer the other day. We got a lot of controversy here in the little small town of Auburn. A lot of racism creeping in, a lot of allegations. So we'll get all on to that. But first and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of the guys and gals that protested. They stood up for something that they believe in. And, you know, not a lot of kids, you know, high school kids do that nowadays. So it's really great to see young people like that stand up for something that they believe in. You know, it may not be the right thing, you know, in this political correct society, but, you know, I'm proud of them. And we're going to get a lot more into that. So basically, in a nutshell, what happened is a Confederate flag was cut down from a student's truck by another student because, you know, they felt very intimidated by the flag. It represents hatred and racism. So they took it upon themselves to cut it down. And, you know, the other student that owned the vehicle went to the administration, said, hey, this is what happened. The administration didn't do shit. And so him and a few friends and that, they all got together. They had, you know, Confederate flags, American flags, don't tread on me flags on their trucks, and they did a simple and peaceful protest. You know, nobody was flipping over cars, nobody was burning down buildings, nobody was rioting. It was a simple protest to say, hey, we're not going to put up with this shit. And, you know, as the administration, they should have done something, but nothing was ever done. And the only way I found out about this was I was scrolling through Facebook and somebody posted a message from the girl that is supposedly the ringleader or the key one that's involved. And I'm thinking, man, this is in my own backyard. I'm going to do a little investigation about this. So the news media gets called and it's all over Facebook. That's where I found out about from first because I'm scrolling through and, you know, I'm like, what's going on here? And, you know, the girl that's supposedly involved with all this, ripping the flag down, writing the obscene message, you know, writes this big post, you know, there's nothing but racism in the school. So like I said, the news media gets called, they blow it up into a big fucking ordeal. And, you know, when this kind of thing happens in your own backyard, you're kind of curious because, you know, there may be racism in this town. I don't know. I'm personally not a racist person, but as a hick, you know, you get that stigma, you know, dressing in camouflage, you're a gun owner, you got flags everywhere, you're racist. Because every symbol nowadays seems to be racist. So the news media, like I said, gets a hold of it. It's a big ordeal on the news. We can take a look at that clip now.
A demonstration at Bay City Western High School causing an uproar across the community.
Yeah, you can see pickup trucks parked near the school flying both American and Confederate flags. Police were ultimately called to the school.
Now parents and students are speaking out about free speech and claims of racism.
TV5's James Felton joins us live in Bay County tonight. And James, do we know what prompted this demonstration?
David Collette, we do know what caused the demonstration. Apparently last week, the student leading this protest says that his Confederate flag was destroyed on school property and administrators didn't do anything about it. So he decided to protest.
I reported to the office and nothing was done about it, so my friends and I are rallying to show support that it was wrong for them to rip my flag down, and nothing was done about it.
Cameron Myers says his freedom of speech was violated here at Bay City Western High School. He says some students destroyed his Confederate flag. He claims school administrators did nothing, so he led a protest this morning with vehicles displaying Confederate and American flags.
It was wrong doing that. They're not standing up for destruction of property, and that it's wrong.
Janelle Zisler, who is a parent of a biracial student, says she didn't have a problem with the protest, but she says there is a problem with racism here.
Some of them have said racially derogatory things to some of the black students here, and that's where we have a problem.
Zisler tells us she doesn't have an issue with the Confederate flag itself, but she wonders why people fly it if they know it bothers others.
Why do people have to be ignorant? Some of the kids said to one of the black students that they know it irritates her and she's mad about it, but yeah, let's all do it. Why can't people just be nice?
Other parents we talked to say they had no problem with today's demonstration.
I think it's great. The kids are protesting something, a peaceful demonstration. All stems from something that happened last week with the destruction of private property.
I don't think they meant any offense by it. I mean, the kids that go to school here are pretty good kids.
For his part, Meyer says there's no hate on display here. This is a matter of protesting the destruction of private property. He says if people get offended, they should look the other way.
Okay, now after seeing that, you had some parents supporting, and then you have some parents not. You know, the mother of the biracial student said, you know, there is racism, it does exist, and, you know, I'm not going to say it doesn't because I'm not in school no more. You know, when I was in school, we didn't have all that racism. We didn't have media. We didn't have the cell phones and social media like we do now. And our school wasn't very diverse, but what diversity was in there, we respected each other. We just wanted to go to school and graduate. And you know, we all had our own little cliques, and, you know, it's like, I was basically pretty much a loner in schools. You know, I had my select group of friends. It wasn't a very big circle, but we weren't sitting there spitting racial slurs and whatnot. This world has become so crazy, like, I can't even fathom what's going on. Like, every little symbol is a hate sign. The American flag's a hate sign. The Confederate flag's a hate sign. The Don't Tread on Me flag is a hate symbol, you know, to most liberals. You know, Trump signs are, you know, racist. Everybody's racist if they're white and, you know, a Republican. That's what it seems in my book. Like, if you're white and you're for Trump, boy, you're a fucking racist. And you know what? That is bullshit. That is a bunch of bullshit that the liberal media has, you know, conjured up. And, you know, it's like, I actually went down yesterday. They called off school because there was some kind of a threat, you know, shooting or bombing or whatever kind of bullshit. And the news media was all over town, and the folks that were all involved in this were down at the park. And so I was running some errands, and I ended up going down there. I hung out with all of those guys and gals, and you know what? What a great bunch of people they were. You know, they're cooking down there, got a bonfire down there, and offered me some food, and we're sitting there bullshitting. You know, I was getting their side of the story. And you know what? For a bunch of hard-working kids with school and work, you know, my impression, and I could be wrong, you know, I mean, you know, they could have been putting on a front, but I think these kids were generally honest. You know, there's not a racist bone in their body. It's all about pride to them. And, you know, you know, looking at all the, you know, Facebook comments on MLive and Facebook posts and WNEM, you know, people are sitting there, boy, you can't fly a Confederate flag in the North because you're not from the South, and you know, anybody that flies a Confederate flag is a racist piece of shit, and they don't know their history, and yada, 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 and so forth. You know what, people? If you're from the South, if you're from the North, and you want to fly a Confederate flag, you're more than welcome to. You know, people say, well, why would you fly it? You know, in this type of protest. It's a freedom of speech because it is a symbol. That's what we get, you know, as our First Amendment right, you know, with symbols and whatnot. You have the freedom to do that. You know, it's like, this world is so messed up. You know, you got the liberals and Antifa and all these other hate groups trying to take away our First Amendment right, our Second Amendment right, and, you know, it's just craziness, people. I mean, just so crazy. Live for today and worry about tomorrow. You know, that's my simple message. You know, I hope you guys have liked my rambling on. I hope you guys are glad I'm back. I got a lot more videos coming our way. It's been an amazing year for me. We'll get into that in future videos. But just remember, respect each other. It doesn't matter what color your skin is or what flag you're flying. This is America. We are the land of the free and home of the brave. And the way this country's going, and if we don't step up and fight for our rights, we are not going to have any rights at all. That's basically what I'm telling you right now. Because if you turn on the TV or the social medias and that, it's depressing. So that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If I don't see you around, I'll see you around. Here